Legislative U-turn. Senators insist on mandatory electronic result transmission after loss of return tickets. A profound shift in political interest has hit the National Assembly as a significant faction of the serving senators has suddenly reversed its position to demand the mandatory electronic transmission of election results directly from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) server. The legislative about-face comes amidst intense rancor following the conclusion of parties' primary elections, where a vast majority of these lawmakers failed to secure return tickets from their respective political parties, particularly the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC). The U-turn from optional to compulsory. Only months ago, during the intense national debate over the amendment of the Electoral Act, many of these same senators voted overwhelmingly against making electronic transmission compulsory. They had argued that poor network infrastructure across remote parts of Nigeria would disenfranchise rural voters, successfully pushing to leave the method at the discretion of INEC. However, the political landscape has changed, now facing the prospect of contesting on alternative party platforms or watching their rivals control the state's apparatus during the general elections. The lawmakers are urgently singing a different tune. They now argue that manual collection is highly vulnerable to manipulation by the state governors and party executives, declaring that only direct real-time electronic transmission can guarantee an authentic process. The catalyst, primary election fallouts. The primary factor driving this sudden legislative conversation is the loss of political leverage. Inside sources reveal that the affected senators feel betrayed by party leaders and governors who handpicked preferred alternatives, effectively locking them out of the ballots. Loss of system control. While these lawmakers previously trusted internal party mechanisms when they were the favored incumbents, their sudden displacement has triggered deep anxieties regarding how the actual elections will be managed. The governor's influence. Senators now openly express fears that without strict electronic safeguards, the manual collection process at local government levels will be completely hijacked by state governors to favor establishment candidates. Critics slam self-serving reforms. The sudden policy reversal has drawn fierce criticism from civil society organizations, political analysts, and the public, who view the move as entirely self-serving rather than a genuine attempt at electoral reform. It is highly ironic that our lawmakers only discover the virtues of transparency when their own political survival is threatened, said public affairs analyst Jude Ebu. When they felt secured under the party umbrella, they voted against mandatory electronic transmission. Now that they have been denied tickets, they suddenly want the system to be bulletproof. This is not patriotism, it is self-preservation. Despite the cynical public reception, the frustrated lawmakers are reportedly gathering signatures to push through an emergency amendment to the electoral framework before the general elections commence, setting up a high-stake battle within the chambers of the National Assembly. This is where we'll drop it at this point. For more information and for more news, please follow this channel, like, share.